combination of things athletes cannot control begins in the bleachers. Fans will do anything to get under a player's skin. For basketball fans, it's all about distracting the shooter, visually and verbally. Studies have proven that humans react 15% faster to sound than vision. So we want to know if sounds are more distracting than sights. When fans are trying to get under a player's skin and into his head, which route causes more distraction? Through the ears or through the eyes? To find out, we devised a diabolical experiment we call distraction. Our guinea pig is Heath, an elite college guard who plays for the Aztecs of San Diego State University. He's used to distractions. He's an impressive 80% free throw shooter.
All right, Brandon, thanks for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All we want you to do is to concentrate on making free throws. You in the basket, cool customer, just like practice. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wire you up with a heart rate monitor, and we're gonna keep track of how many free throws you make.
First, we set a baseline, 10 free throws. No visual or auditory distractions. A free throw should be easy. After all, it's free. It's a pretty big target. The 18-inch diameter of the hoop is almost twice as wide as the ball. How hard can it be? After all, the world record for consecutive made free throws wasn't made by a professional player, even a college player. The record was set by a 71-year-old podiatrist. The foot doctor nailed 2,750 in a row. That's a basket every 15.7 seconds for 12 straight hours. That record was set in a mostly empty gym with few distractions. Same for Brandon in our lab. And old Doc Amberry's record is in no jeopardy. Brandon goes 9 for 10, above his personal average. With a baseline established, 90%, and a pulse of 69.
Still kind of cool. Yeah, 69.
It's time to add the first variable. Visual distractions. In our lab, an unruly crowd isn't enough. We want to really get under Brandon's skin, so we're gonna pile on the visual distractions to make sure we achieve complete visual overload. It's known as sensory saturation. We fire up strobe lights, unleash the fans, and most importantly, we send in the clowns. And to make sure we stretched his visual capacity to the max, we allowed everyone to break all the rules.
What was the biggest thing that was distracting you out there?
The clowns. Seemed like she was just breathing on me. Man, I'm slipping.
So how did these distractions get under Brandon's skin? By getting in his head. Our cutting-edge technology reveals how distractions invade our brains to become the X factor in the athletic equation. A free throw requires very little physical effort, about 4.9 newtons of energy, equivalent to raising a cold beverage up to your mouth 5 times. So physically, not so tough. Mentally, a different ball game. Our eyes can handle visual distractions by focusing intently on what we want to see. Visual distractions are filtered out by prioritizing, and the prefrontal cortex of the brain maintains concentration. Unlike our eyes, however, our ears can't focus or close. We've got no defense mechanisms against what we don't want to hear. Rising distractions register in a different part of the brain, the parietal cortex. When the pressure from these sensory overloads starts to rise, the body attempts to cool things down with perspiration, a byproduct of increased heart rate and adrenaline. Handling that adrenaline and staying focused is called composure. If he can't control himself in the battle against distractions, he doesn't have a shot. So how did he do? With flashing strobe lights, screaming fans, and a hot clown in his face. Brandon went from his baseline of 9 for 10 successful free throws to only 7 for 10. So these visual distractions lowered his success rate by 20%. Now that we've overloaded Brandon's eyeballs, let's test how his ears handle distractions. Even though our fans were making noise, they weren't making arena-level noise. And that's the level we need to test. How will we do when we assault his ears? Coming up next on Sports Science, Out of Control.